Nevada, the great silver state and the gold. New tales of Nevada, the stories, people working hard to make a home. Old tales of Nevada.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Old Tales of Nevada, past and present. Glad to have you with us this week. We have a great show in store because we have a very unique mining operation happening in Nevada, only in Nevada, and we'll tell you all about it right after this.
Hi, I'm Hugh Roy Marshall from the Marshall Mint, Virginia City and Reno, Nevada. I'm to introduce you to the Let 'em Run Wild Horse Mustang series, which depicts the Wild Mustangs herd running free, mare and its foal, the Wild Mustangs fighting for love. These ingots are a limited edition double-struck product on 1 troy ounce 3-pine silver and are only available at the Marshall Mint, Virginia City or Reno, Nevada. Get your piece of history today.
All of us at Shoeman's Custom Cycle are ready to get you and your Harley ready for the road. From oil and tire changes to high-performance engine upgrades and dyno tuning, we at Shoeman's have got you covered with experienced factory-certified mechanics and a full-service machine shop loaded with parts and accessories. Shoeman's Custom Cycle has been serving Northern Nevada since 1988. So ride on down to Shoeman's Custom Cycle at 275 East 4th Street in downtown Reno.
Shoeman's Custom Cycle, we're the biker's bike shop.
Welcome, everybody, to Old Tales of Nevada, past and present. I'm John O'Brien, the host of the show, and with me as usual, but we have been together for a little while because we've both been traveling.
Golfing too.
I know, golfing and traveling. But you, Roy Marshall, who's our executive producer and the funder of our show, and glad to have you with us again, Roy.
Good to be together.
Got a special guest today, too.
Yeah,
Dennis BRYAN, without the O. And Dennis, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you.
And we're going to have a great show because, you know, we're known. We have a legacy here in Nevada about mining, but a lot of it's about gold and silver, platinum, which you're getting into heavily. But we also have a very unique, you call it element, metal. Dennis, you're a geologist by trade. I don't know how you describe it, but lithium.
Lithium is an element, but it's the lightest metal on the periodic table.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're very good.
It's lighter than the equal amount of water.
No kidding.
Yeah,
wow.
Lighter than the equal.
How about?
Water.
But we're unique in North America for having the opportunity to mine it right here in Nevada, and we're going to be talking about that today because wow, it's such an opportunity here for us to be able to have that element, that metal, and be able to use it in modern day technology. So we look forward to that conversation. So before we get too far, you, Roy, you know, we've been doing this for about 8 years now. People probably know why we do the show, but there might be some new people out there just tuning in. So tell us why we do the show.
You betcha. We do the show to bring to life people that have been pioneers and community leaders in our area and to rouse the people about the importance of the history of the state of Nevada.
Right, past, present, future.
If it wouldn't have been for the silver and gold up at the Comstock, who paid Abraham Lincoln 8 to 9 million to pay off France, Germany, and England, we would have been France, Germany, and England.
That's right.
We owed more than what we were worth after the Civil War.
Right.
The other things we did here was to establish the dollar, which has become a world monetary unit from original silver dollars that were minted down at the Carson City Mint.
Right, exactly. Yeah, you got one with you, huh?
Man, I
got a couple with you.
Here, but,
oh, there you go. There you go.
I tested a Carson City dollar and found that it has platinum in it.
No kidding, really?
Yeah, so
holy moly.
The copper that they added with the silver had platinum in it.
Yeah, this is from 1879, Carson City, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. We were down at that museum the other day, and we're going to do a show down there, right from Uroy's theater.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's why we do the show.
You betcha.
Right. And you can see those specimens like you have in your pocket at the Marshall Mint up there in Virginia City.
Yeah.
But soon to be where?
soon to be over at the Reno Town Mall.
Reno Town Mall, brand new facility
It'll
there.
be right down the street.
That's right. And you'll be able to, what's really neat about your store compared to other stores that handle coins or jewelry is that you are able to see the metals, gemstones in their raw form, and then go into the jewelry store and see what they're like in a setting. So it's very, very unique setup there. So anyway.
They all have a property, and they can be quite attractive properties. That's why women like diamond rings and furs.
Yeah.
Because they think that it attracts money to them.
I think so.
Probably whose money was it?
That's right.
They think it attracts money. It probably it does.
Yeah, it does. Absolutely. So you also have your Silverland Inn and Suites up there at the Virginia.
Come up to the hotel for a romantic interlude up there.
Yeah, it is pretty up there in the evenings, that's for sure.
847-4484.
There you go. They're waiting for your phone call as we speak. Okay. So, Dennis, welcome to the show. Glad to have you with us.
Well, thank you very much. I feel privileged. You've always been around here for a long time, and I've run into his, not him particularly, but some of his properties in the past in the middle of the state, and my own, and heard a lot about you. So.
Yeah. He has more privately owned claims for gold and silver and that sort of thing, platinum, than anybody else in the state. He's a prolific claim owner. So
that means he spends a lot of money with the Bureau of Land Management.
Yes, he does. Between the claims and getting permits, right? You're right. Takes up a lot of your time.
Yeah. Well, it's all worthwhile.
It's all worthwhile, that's for sure, as you're finding out up there on the Comstock. So, Dennis, tell us about yourself. You've been around Reno for how long?
Well, I came here in 1970 to go to the Mackey School of Mines.
Oh, okay. Congratulations.
I grew up, I was born in Montana.
Oh, no kidding. Where?
Plentywood, Montana.
Okay, I spent 20 years in Montana.
Well, our family homesteaded in Montana up in the Ozma area.
Great.
But I was born in Plentywood, but then the folks moved to South Dakota. I grew up in the Black Hills.
Oh, okay.
And I went to South Dakota School of Mines and Technology for my undergraduate degree in geological engineering, and decided I wanted to learn more about geology, so I came to Mackey School of Mines in 1970, and driving through Nevada, I was wondering, what am I doing? But, over the years fell in love with Nevada, and I stayed in Reno my entire career.
Wow.
And I really didn't get into gold, silver, the precious metals. My direction was more some of the engineering and industrial minerals. The clays, the limestones, the aggregates.
I bet you kind of freaked when you saw all the dry lake beds where there used to be lakes and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Not too long ago either. Yeah. And that's how I got into the lithium thing in about 2007. The lithium property up in northern Nevada that I was involved in, that's still going, by the way, the development is a clay. It's a hectorite clay.
Oh.
And I'd worked in clays, so they got me involved in that. Another company was looking for uranium.
Oh.
And many years ago, Chevron was up there looking for uranium, but they happened to find some lithium in stream sediment samples. And 10 years ago, 2007 is just when lithium was starting to take off for the interest it has in battery making. Mm-hmm. So this company, Western Uranium, spun off a separate company called Western Lithium, and I was their first employee.
Oh,
and so we spent a lot of time developing that property as far as drilling it and doing metallurgical testing, et cetera, and I retired about a little over a year ago now.
Okay.
And the company has since, actually 2 years ago, merged with another company, Lithium Americas, that had a big project in South America. And so they continue developing the property up in northern Nevada. But we had determined that lithium deposit in northern Nevada in Kings River area was probably the largest lithium resource in the United States, the potential resource.
Really? So there are
millions of tons. So it's got a very high potential, and that's what they're they're going for is.
Isn't it amazing in Nevada? Because I was reading a recent article about Nevada, and we produce 15% of all of the precious metals and minerals like lithium than anybody else in the United States. We 15% of it.
Nevada's the largest producer of gold in the country.
Yeah.
And if it was a standalone in the world, I believe it's the 5th largest gold producer in the world.
Yeah. I wonder how many people actually know that. We talk about it on the show a lot, but you will go out and ask the average citizen in Nevada where we stand as far as mining of gold and silver and lithium and these
Most
other.
of them don't have any idea.
They have no idea how important we are
We
here.
produce about 10% of all the gold that's produced every year on the planet, and 32 to 60 million ounces of silver per month.
Unbelievable. Yeah, and all of those metals.
That's a byproduct of gold mining to a degree.
Yeah, which is a byproduct.
Yeah.
But all of those are so in need right now by industry and by countries. I mean, everything that we produce here has a use right now. In fact, there's a great use for it, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you're retired, but that didn't mean you're sitting home on a rocking chair. I know you've been involved with our.
Like I like to tell people, I don't know where I found time to work.
That's right. Tell us about some of the social things that you got involved with over the years.
Oh well, Hot August nights. I was there at the beginning in 1986,
Wow.
and I ended up. We enjoyed it so much that I joined the organization as a member.
Okay.
And eventually became president in 1997.
1997.
And I was on the board for 20 years and retired out of that a few years ago, but I'm still active.
Yeah, you're what do they call it? A director emeritus or a
director emeritus? Yeah. And I've
like
got
Jim
a car.
Webster, our colleague here.
And I have a 57 T-Bird.
Oh.
That was in the first Hot August Nights parade with Wolfman Jack.
Oh, okay.
And, went to the concert with the Righteous Brothers and Jan and Dean. And, and that car has been registered in the Hot August Nights ever since. So.
I would say so. That's got to be a precious piece.
Great event over the years.
Oh.
Very little violence or else.
Yeah, just a bunch of guys coming together, guys and gals coming together and celebrating the old days.
6,000 cars.
Yeah, amazing. It just keeps. In fact, it could be bigger if they'd allowed it, right?
Well, there's some pressure there. Over the years, they've upped the age of the cars.
Yeah,
that are qualified to be part of it. I think it's anything from 1976 and older is now.
Is there still quite a few auctioned off?
They have a big auction every year.
Auction,
several hundred cars auctioned off.
Wonderful. Well, it's great that you're so involved with the community, and that you had such a great career in your work with precious metals and things like that. But we want to focus in on lithium because that is kind of the up-and-comer for Nevada mining, and a lot of people are trying to get involved in it right now. So when we come back from our break, we're going to talk about that specifically, and then there was something else. You're also part of Sheep Dip somewhere along the way, right?
Yes.
So we're getting into that towards the end of our show as well.
Okay.
So listen, let's take a break, okay? And now that we all know each other, we'll hear from a couple of our sponsors, and then we'll come back and get into that. All right? On Old Tales of Nevada, past and present.
Hey everyone, Dave Asher here, introducing you to our new store, the Nevada Marketplace, in the Reno Town Mall. Anchored with the Buy Nevada First gift shop, we've added over 60 micro shops, giving locals a place to set up their dream store. We are now 20,000 square feet strong, supporting over 250 local merchants with all things made in Nevada and more. We have more locals in one place than anywhere in the state, ready to help you find that perfect gift. We're open every day with easy parking at Peckham and Virginia. Go to buynevadafirst.com, your source for all things local.
Hi, I'm Paula.
And I'm Dan. We're the producers of the Tanner's Marketplace Antiques and Craft Shows at the Livestock Event Center on Wells Avenue.
I'd also like to tell you about our everyday location. We're at Somewhere in Time on South Virginia Street. We're Antique Antiques, booth number 46.
You'll find paintings by Nevada artists, collectible glass, vintage jewelry, Native American jewelry and baskets, antiques and unusual to unique items.
Find it all at Antique Antiques inside Somewhere in Time at 1313 South Virginia Street.
Come see us.
Somewhere in Time is the place to find what will be treasured for all time. Die-cast models, vintage and antique furniture, Fenton glassware, toy trains, neon, home decor, unusual collections throughout the store at Somewhere in Time in Reno. Somewhere in Time is the place to find what will be treasured for all time. Die-cast models, vintage and antique furniture, Fenton glassware, toy trains, neon, home decor, unusual collections throughout the store at Somewhere in Time in Reno.
Soft pastels have arrived at Boutique Elegante. Wonderful sweaters, tunics, and capris create that special look. The colors of summer in fabulous combinations. This and so much more at Boutique Elegante. Soft pastels have arrived at Boutique Elegante. Wonderful sweaters, tunics, and capris create that special look. The colors of summer in fabulous combinations. This and so much more at Boutique Elegante.
We're back here in Old Tales of Nevada, past and present. We have Dennis Bryan, not with the O, unfortunately, but we'll accept that, Bryan, rather than O'Brien. But a great resource for us today, talking about the new developments here in Nevada with regard to lithium and the mining of lithium. You know, when we think about batteries in the past, and what triggered and what made them work, was it lead? Was that the typical use in batteries back in the old days?
Well, the lead acid battery that's in your car has been around for a long time.
Long time.
Yeah.
And before that, was there anything, or was that the start of it, and that was what they used all these years?
I think there was
there's been a number of different uses battery compositions.
Oh, okay.
It's all been economics.
Okay, but lead seemed to be the thing that worked the best.
Remember when they say alkali? This is an alkali battery.
Alkali.
They're starting to get at the idea. Well, see, lithium is an alkali.
Oh.
It's formed in alkali deposits.
Oh, okay.
So they got into that, I don't know, what, 8, 9, 10
alkalis?
Well,
towards that, it started to move that way.
Yeah, 10, 15 years ago, there was some lithium batteries around, but very, very expensive.
Yeah.
But as technology improved, the lithium became a little cheaper.
Yeah.
And they were able to determine that lithium is the best metal for batteries going forward.
Okay.
Because lithium is the lightest metal out there.
Uh-huh.
And when you talk about electricity in batteries, it's energy density. In other words, you can have a lithium battery much smaller than a lead acid battery.
Okay.
So you can build a big lithium battery that'll take a car 300 miles, and if a lead acid battery did that, it'd weigh 10 tons.
Yeah, it couldn't possibly, it wasn't workable back in the day. Yeah.
And they keep improving on the lithium battery technology.
Cool. So when we think about lithium, in the past, much of the lithium was only available outside the United States, right? In different countries. What other countries have access to lithium?
Well, the largest producers of lithium are South America.
Oh, South America.
Yeah, Argentina, Chile, Bolivia has a lot. They don't produce anything at the current time.
Oh, they don't.
And then Australia.
Okay.
So over 50% of lithium now comes out of the deposits in the brines in Argentina and the Atacama Desert in Chile, especially. That's a huge, very economical way to get lithium out of these brines.
Now, how long has lithium been known to miners? In other words, for example, in Nevada, in the old days where they're getting lithium now, it was originally a silver mine. Where this big area is down in the central part of Esmeralda.
Well, Silver Peak was named because there's a silver mine there.
It
had nothing to do with the lithium. The lithium was in the playa next to the silver mine.
Okay. Now, did the old miners know about lithium in the old days? Did they have any idea what lithium was?
Lithium was discovered by a Swedish chemist.
Well, how long ago?
1817.
Oh, so it was quite a while ago.
designed some types of crude battery.
Oh, okay. Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Okay, so it isn't like, all of a sudden, they did they have the technology to mine it back in those days? Did they have any knowledge that it would be worth anything back in the day?
As you see, when they were fooling around with this years and years ago, is that they'd use other things and they'd put it in the water and they'd explode it in the fire.
Oh, okay.
They found that lithium doesn't do that.
Yeah.
So it's a lot safer situation.
Well, lithium was actively mined back in the early 1900s.
Oh, it was.
And it was not from brines. But lithium has been used in 7-Up used to be a lithiated drink. They used to have lithium in it because it was a calming agent.
Really?
Yeah.
No kidding. Medical, huh? Wow.
They use it for the insane.
No kidding. Really?
Well,
calm them down.
They use it now for bipolar disorders.
People.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
very, very small amount of lithium.
Mm-hmm.
But, in lithium greases.
Lithium grease.
Pyrex.
No kidding.
They found out many years ago that you could take a glass, put lithium in it, and that glass you could freeze it and put it on a burner. Right after that, it wouldn't break.
Wow.
That's because of the lithium.
Lithium. Wow.
And the same thing with the greases. During the just before World War II, they figured out that they put lithium in grease. In the ordinary grease, it would stay pliable in Antarctica, or in the Sahara Desert.
Well,
because it counteracts the heat element.
It's non-flammable.
It's non-flammable.
So use that way.
Okay. So it was in these foreign lands where lithium was mined the most, and then. How about in Nevada? You said when you were with Western Lithium that you found it up in the northern part of the state, and you say there's a huge potential up there. But why aren't they? Are they mining lithium up there now, or
no? Not
why
at this
aren't
point.
they?
They're developing it. I mean, there's a lot to do as far as permitting. It takes years to put a major mine into production.
Okay.
So going back to lithium in the early days, it was not mined from brines. It was mined from pegmatites that had spodumene. And a lot of this came from North Carolina, some from South Dakota. This happened to be from South Dakota. It's a spodumene. There's probably 5% lithium in there.
Wow.
But they process it. They
grind it like they do normal.
They grind it, and then they sulfuric acid and dissolves everything. They get the lithium out. That's what they will put in greases and in glass and ceramics for the heat, dissipation or whatever.
Okay.
And then around 2000, there was more interest in the battery technology as technology progressed. And a lot of people got more interested in looking for additional sources of lithium.
Okay.
But the brines came in, the Clayton Valley.
Show it on the map there, where Clayton Valley is there. Show it towards the camera there. There you go.
Clayton Valley is.
Clayton Valley is just southwest of Tonopah. Here's Tonopah. Here's Clayton Valley.
Oh, okay.
Not too far away from
Area 51.
No, Area 51's down here.
Oh, okay.
Right close to California.
Okay. Near Death Valley? No. That would be further north, yeah.
Yeah, not too far away.
Not too far away.
Anyway, Death Valley probably has some lithium in it.
You think so?
Oh, yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
In fact, in the 1960s, the majority of lithium was coming out of North Carolina. The pegmatites there are similar to this, and it was by Foot Mineral Company.
Okay.
Well, Foot Mineral, they started looking for lithium elsewhere. They're the ones that found Clayton Valley.
Oh, okay.
They started looking at brines because brines concentrate lithium over time. Just like a salt, a brine.
Yeah.
If you have the right geology around some of these playas, some of these salarias that they call them too, the lithium, high concentrations in these volcanic rocks over a few million years, it'll concentrate that lithium in these valleys. It only happens in the Great Basin. You know, the Great Basin, the geological characteristics of the Great Basin, it doesn't flow to the sea. So the lithium, if the rivers flowed to the sea, the lithium would be out in the
dissipate, be gone.
But they're concentrated because of the...
Yeah, I was reading a little bit about the stuff underground there, and they said there's actually young volcanoes underneath this playa that are making this whole process happen. Do you buy into that as well?
Mono Lake is that way.
Is Mono Lake that way? Do you think that has lithium? So is lithium available throughout the state of Nevada? You said it's up in the northern part as well.
Well, that's part of an old caldera up there that was volcanic in nature. But that's 13 million years old.
This was just not far from Goldfield.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you look at the history of mining claims, in the last 3 to 5 years, there have been 13,000 mining claims staked in Nevada for lithium.
Oh, wow.
Just for lithium. On most of those are brines, so they're placer claims. But they're looking at lithium. Even in the Black Rock Desert.
They got it going almost all the way over to the air base.
No kidding.
From the mountains of Goldfield as it goes out there. Foot Minerals has a claim right up against the base.
Every one of these valleys, a lot of these valleys have enclosed basins in them.
Yeah.
So there's if they have the right geology surrounding it, then could be lithium potential.
No kidding. They're just like a funnel, if you could imagine. That way, it's a dry lake bed. It's got where the water went down into it and it just created it.
Yeah. Okay, great. Well, that's a great start to know how this is all happening. And we're going to come back after our break, and we're going to talk about who's using lithium, where's it going, and what the price is on it, things like that. I'm curious about how valuable it's getting. How do you sell this stuff? By the ton or by the
who's making
ounce?
It valuable quickly?
Yeah, I know. Tesla.
Musk.
Yeah, Elon Musk. Okay.
Elon Musk, yeah.
All right, so let's take a break, and then we'll come back, and we'll learn more about lithium in the state of Nevada. Very unique situation for us, and a place to make a lot of money and employment and everything else that goes with it. So stay tuned. We'll be back with more Old Tales of Nevada right after this.
Soft pastels have arrived at Boutique Elegante. Wonderful sweaters, tunics, and capris create that special look. The colors of summer in fabulous combinations, this and so much more at Boutique Elegante. Soft pastels have arrived at Boutique Elegante. Wonderful sweaters, tunics, and capris create that special look. The colors of summer in fabulous combinations, this and so much more at Boutique Elegante.
Hi, I'm Chris from Past Time at Somewhere in Time. Are you looking for that one-of-a-kind gift that you can't find in the big department store? I have something for all occasions. Got stuff? Need to know whether or not it has value or how to sell it? We can help with that too. Come and see me Tuesday or Wednesday at Past Time in Somewhere in Time at 1313 South Virginia Street in Reno. Just ask for Chris.
Deluxe Travel, locally owned and operating since 1991, is the home for travel to Mexico and Central and South America. The crew at Deluxe Travel is bilingual, trustworthy, thorough, and caring. They will do everything possible to make your dream vacation the best it can be. Now is the time to book for winter travel, so stop by the office at 100 California Avenue or call 686-7000. You can also check us out on our website at deluxetravelLTD.com.
At Deluxe Travel, we sell dreams. Come in and plan yours.
Hi, I'm Paula.
And I'm Dan. We're the producers of the Tanner's Marketplace Antiques and Craft Shows at the Livestock Event Center on Wells Avenue.
I'd also like to tell you about our everyday location. We're at Somewhere in Time on South Virginia Street. We're Antique Antiques, booth number 46.
You'll find paintings by Nevada artists, collectible glass, vintage jewelry, Native American jewelry and baskets, antiques and unusual to unique items.
Find it all at Antique Antiques inside Somewhere in Time at 1313 South Virginia Street.
Come see us.
Hi, I'm Hugh Roy Marshall from the Marshall Men, Virginia City and Reno, Nevada. Come to introduce you to the Let 'em Run Wild Horse Mustang Series. Wish to Picks, the Wild Mustangs herd running free. Meredith's full, the Wild Mustangs fighting for love. These ingots are a limited edition double-struck product on 1 troy ounce 3-pine silver and are only available at the Marshall Mint, Virginia City, or Reno, Nevada. Get your piece of history today.
Welcome back to Old Tales of Nevada, past and present. Just to remind everybody who we are, I'm John O'Brien, the host of the show. Roy Marshall, my sidekick, always with us every week, and Dennis Bryan. I always want to say O'Brien, but a great resource.
Think of Bryan. That's what he's in.
Bryan and Bryan. There you go.
Hey,
all right.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
So, great conversation. I learned so much here. Very educational.
Yeah.
Again, showing the uniqueness of Nevada. Mm-hmm. In fact, that's what we've been doing for 283 shows.
Very true.
8 years is showing the uniqueness, why we should have pride in Nevada. Because I bet you if you go down to downtown Nevada, Reno, and ask about lithium and our uniqueness that way, most of our citizens don't know much about it. But it's another reason to have pride in living here in Nevada. I mean, what an opportunity!
It's become a major satellite rocket takeoff place.
Oh, I believe it.
SpaceX
with Tesla.
Tesla, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
amazing.
Been shooting them off from there already.
Yeah. Well, anyway, we're sitting here in your specimen room, your museum room, with all the raw materials. Do you have any lithium besides that piece right there, or is that the only piece you have right now?
No, lithium does not occur in nature.
Okay. Like on a little limited.
Only in accordance with what it could be attracted to.
Lithium
attracts stuff.
It's something like sodium.
Uranium attracts stuff too, and then it's radioactive.
Yeah.
You don't find raw lithium metal. It's not stable in the atmosphere.
It's not stable in the atmosphere. That's what you're saying. Okay.
So when it's processed, it's always put into a carbonate. It's lithium carbonate. That's what is traded worldwide.
Okay.
So when you're talking about lithium, it's a lithium carbonate equivalent.
Okay. So let's talk about this for a second. So when you go down to Clayton Valley and you're on the playa there, you're not going to see an open pit mine like you would for gold and silver. You're going to see what? What are we going to see?
You're going to see wells that pump brine from underground.
Like geothermal operation to a lot of people.
Okay.
And they put it in solar evaporation ponds, and the solar evaporation ponds over time evaporate and concentrate the lithium.
Okay.
The lithium is only a few hundred ppm in the original brine.
Okay.
And there's all kinds of other stuff in that brine as well. So as it evaporates, out comes sodium chloride, ordinary salt.
Yeah, ordinary salt.
Potassium chloride. And then when the lithium gets to about 6% in the brine, that's when they harvest it.
Okay.
That's when they take it to a plant and make lithium carbonate out of it.
Okay. Now, does that go to a plant in Nevada, or they send it over to China somewhere? Where do they do it?
They're actually making lithium carbonate at Clayton Valley.
Oh, they are.
And I think they ship some of it back to North Carolina and make other lithium compounds as well.
They probably clean it up and pack it.
Make it look pretty. They put it in bags, or does it come out in bars?
Usually it's put in super sacks, which is a big
heavy
white bags, about a ton.
No kidding.
And it's a white powder.
Yeah. Now, how long does it have to set in those ponds? If it works on evaporation, it's got to take a while, right?
Well, it takes, some of them take a year or over.
Really?
And then if you have an unusual winter that you got a lot of rainfall, well, that kind of
messes it up.
That dissipates it, or
the water, you got to leave it there to evaporate all that rainwater.
Yeah. So they do it the natural way. Is there anything going on technology-wise to enhance that evaporation process?
There is some new technology out there that it'll be more expensive, but you'll be able to put the brine in one end, and the next day you'll have the lithium carbonate.
Because it would seem to me like companies like Tesla, Panasonic, they're probably on the phone every day and say, I want more, I want more, I want more.
It's these companies that are basically cleaning up the wells that have the equipment to do so that have gotten into this field. We have two companies doing that.
Okay. So what are they producing out of Clayton Valley? Do you know what the volume is?
Well, rumor has it it's less than 5,000 tons a year.
And that's not very much.
No.
So there's a shortage of lithium then.
Well, right now there's probably a shortage of lithium.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of lithium in the world.
Yeah.
Right now the production of lithium is close to 300,000 tons a year worldwide. It's not millions of tons. But it's increasing 10 to 15% a year because of the batteries.
Yeah.
Because there's more demand for batteries.
Yeah.
Take Tesla. Right now, Panasonic makes their batteries out at the Gigafactory. And a little source told me that their goal is to make 3 million batteries a day.
3 million batteries a day. And we talking...
These are just a little bit bigger than AA size batteries. Okay, so when Tesla gets those batteries, they make big battery packs. And anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 batteries per car.
Really, that many?
Yeah.
Wow!
And these batteries.
I'm thinking just one big battery, but that's not the case. They're smaller pieces.
They hook them all together.
Okay.
And the whole battery pack weighs, I don't know, 1,200 pounds or something like that.
Really, 1,200 pounds?
Yeah. But there's 5,000 of them. And so if he's going to make 5,000 vehicles a week. Wow. They need to make 3 million batteries a day to do that.
Just to keep pace. And that's probably one of the challenges they've had as far as production is concerned, is to get those batteries done quick enough to put them in those cars, right?
Yeah, they're pretty secretive, exactly what they're doing out there. But,
it's amazing. So I can imagine the guy from Panasonic and Musk is probably on the phone every day to these mines, say, we got to do this a lot faster. We need this stuff now, not tomorrow.
Well, it could be a bottleneck if they don't get the lithium.
Yeah, for sure.
Just like you said, there's a lot of it out there, but this is such a new thing that the industry is not really developed yet.
Yeah, they haven't gotten there yet.
Well, a lot of junior mining companies are prospecting for lithium. There's lithium there, but you don't know if it's economical to extract this deposit, or if it's got enough in it.
Yeah, you got to have
make it
enough
economical.
volume.
So you got to do a lot of work to figure
Question
that out.
about the brine. Now, is the brine consistent to start with? I mean, do they pretty much know that this body of water that they're getting out of the ground, that they're putting in the settling ponds, is going to consistently have so much lithium available in it? Is it always consistent as far as volume is concerned?
As they suck it out of the ground.
Every deposit's a little different.
So if it's not enough, what do they do with the water that they're extracting? They just send it off into the nowhere land, or what?
Well, if they evaporate it, they don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have a volume of water and you put it in a settling pond and it's not at the volume that is economically feasible, then
you better not get then don't get into it in the first place. You've got to. It's like an oil well field.
That's right.
Yeah,
they have several wells, and each well goes through different strata that has different concentrations of lithium in the brines.
Okay.
So they can't just pump. They pump this well and then they pump that well, and then they try to come up with an even distribution of lithium in the end product.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
And it's because it's porosity of these sediments in the brine. It's permeability. You can suck some of these brines, but if the brine won't go through a permeable strata, you're not going to get anything.
You're not going to get anything.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful as to where you're getting and
how fast
and how you mix it and that sort of thing.
It's a whole.
Now, how many employees does it take to run a mine like that? Is there a lot of employees involved, or once it's pumped, it goes into the pond and I'll see you next year?
Well, for instance, we went to the largest producer in the Atacama. And there's square miles of ponds.
Drying ponds.
And I don't know how many employees they had, but there's certainly a couple of hundred at least. Yeah, and they've got to get rid of the salt first, and then they got to maintain all of the wells. And then once the brine is concentrated in that 6% lithium, they pump that into trucks, and then they haul it to a plant. And then the plant is not at the playa.
Okay.
The plant is totally different, and it's got another couple of hundred.
So it's a good employment opportunity for a lot of people.
Yeah.
High paying, I would imagine, too. you're going to send guys out to the playa.
You know, the mining industry in the state of Nevada is the highest paying industry.
Yeah, for sure.
In the state, yeah.
Yeah. Now, how do they sell lithium? Is it by the ounce, by the ton, and what's it worth?
Well, it's sold in a number of different ways.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's it worth? I mean, if I wanted to buy a super sack,
medicine bottle, whatever, to calm the person. I'm sure the drug company charge plenty.
Oh yeah, but I'm just talking about the raw material.
It depends on if Tesla's buying it. It's one. If a pharmaceutical company is buying it, it's another.
But I mean,
price.
on the market, like gold has a market price.
There's no market price for
lithium. There is no market. It's whatever the market.
It's all contracts.
Too rapidly.
Yeah. But it's generally known that lithium carbonate right now is selling for $10,000 to $14,000 or $15,000 a ton.
You're kidding.
No, and 10 years ago it was half that.
Wow.
When we first started out, it was half that.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's a lot of money.
And the spot prices in China last year was $20,000 a ton.
Really?
Because there's a shortage.
Wow. So how long do you think the shortage is going to continue? And other than Valley, where's the next big mine going to be in your thinking? Do you think it's going to be up north where you were?
Well, that's at least 4 years out.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, because of the permitting and the financing, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, I mean, is the permitting as difficult? It sounds like, the disturbance to the land isn't that much. I mean, it's not like doing gold mining.
But you have to do environmental impact statements, and that entails you got to do baseline studies for a year to determine what the original is, because you don't want to change the original very much. You got to know what that original is as far as the animals, the bugs and bunnies, etc.
Oh yeah. Archaeological things.
Yeah, archaeology.
All of that. Yeah.
And, like when we were up there, we had to pay. We negotiated with the Nevada Department of Wildlife. We gave them $30,000 to tag bighorn sheep because the state was concerned about, we were in a little valley up there, and there was 2 mountain ranges, and there was some bighorn sheep in each of these mountain ranges. They wanted to know if those bighorn sheep migrated during the winter through the property.
Oh, wow.
The only way to do that was...
Yeah, one thing after another as far as permitting goes.
And there's rabbit things and all kinds of...
Great story. Yeah. Let's take a break here, come back for our last segment of Old Tales Nevada, past and present.
You have got to come and see our bridal designer collection here at Precision Diamonds. We bought our building, lower the overhead. That means everyday low prices to you.
Hey everyone, Dave Asher here, introducing you to our new store, the Nevada Marketplace, in the Reno Town Mall. Anchored with the Buy Nevada First gift shop, we've added over 60 micro shops, giving locals a place to set up their dream store. We are now 20,000 square feet strong, supporting over 250 local merchants with all things made in Nevada and more. We have more locals in one place than anywhere in the state, ready to help you find that perfect gift. We're open every day with easy parking at Peckham and Virginia. Go to buynevadafirst.com, your source for all things local.
Somewhere in Time is the place to find what will be treasured for all time. Die-cast models, vintage and antique furniture, Fenton glassware, toy trains, neon, home decor, unusual collections throughout the store at Somewhere in Time in Reno. Somewhere in Time is the place to find what will be treasured for all time. Die-cast models, vintage and antique furniture, Fenton glassware, toy trains, neon, home decor, unusual collections throughout the store at Somewhere in Time in Reno.
All of us at Shoeman's Custom Cycle are ready to get you and your Harley ready for the road. From oil and tire changes to high-performance engine upgrades and dyno tuning, we at Shoeman's have got you covered with experienced factory-certified mechanics and a full-service machine shop loaded with parts and accessories. Shoeman's Custom Cycle has been serving Northern Nevada since 1988. So ride on down to Shoeman's Custom Cycle at 275 East 4th Street in downtown Reno.
Shoeman's Custom Cycle, we're the biker's bike shop.
Deluxe Travel, locally owned and operating since 1991, is the home for travel to Mexico and Central and South America. The crew at Deluxe Travel is bilingual, trustworthy, thorough, and caring. They will do everything possible to make your dream vacation the best it can be. Now is the time to book for winter travel, so stop by the office at 100 California Avenue or call 686-7000. You can also check us out on our website at deluxetravelLTD.com.
At Deluxe Travel, we sell dreams. Come in and plan yours.
You have got to come and see our bridal designer collection here at Precision Diamonds. We bought our building, lower the overhead. That means everyday low prices to you.
Hi, I'm Paula.
And I'm Dan. We're the producers of the Tanner's Marketplace Antiques and Craft Shows at the Livestock Event Center on Wells Avenue.
I'd also like to tell you about our everyday location. We're at Somewhere in Time on South Virginia Street. We're Antique Antiques, booth number 46.
You'll find paintings by Nevada artists, collectible glass, vintage jewelry, Native American jewelry and baskets, antiques and unusual to unique items.
Find it all at Antique Antiques inside Somewhere in Time at 1313 South Virginia Street.
Come see us.
Soft pastels have arrived at Boutique Elegante. Wonderful sweaters, tunics, and capris create that special look. The colors of summer in fabulous combinations, this and so much more at Boutique Elegante. Soft pastels have arrived at Boutique Elegante. Wonderful sweaters, tunics, and capris create that special look. The colors of summer in fabulous combinations, this and so much more at Boutique Elegante.
Hi, I'm Hugh Roy Marshall from the Marshall Mint, Virginia City and Reno, Nevada. Come to introduce you to the Let 'em Run Wild Horse Mustang series. Wish depicts the Wild Mustangs herd running free, mare in its foal, the Wild Mustangs fighting for love. These ingots are a limited edition double-struck product on 1 troy ounce 3-pine silver and are only available at the Marshall Mint, Virginia City or Reno, Nevada. Get your piece of history today.
Soft pastels have arrived at Boutique Elegante. Wonderful sweaters, tunics, and capris create that special look. The colors of summer in fabulous combinations, this and so much more at Boutique Elegante.
All right, we're back here in our last segment for Old Tales of Nevada, past and present. We're talking about the new great opportunity here in Nevada, unique opportunity of being able to mine lithium. In fact, we're the only operating mine in northern Nevada. I mean, in U.S.
US, yeah.
Unbelievable that we would have that kind of situation here, and the employment opportunity, it's just great. I think it's great. And that brought in Tesla. That's part of the reason Tesla came here, I think, and Panasonic, is because of the ability to get lithium. I mean, that was some of their thinking on the matter. So now I see lithium batteries. They use it in everything. I mean, it's all these toys and garden equipment we were talking about. Drones have lithium in it, right? And people ride around on these little scooters that have lithium batteries in it. But all of a sudden I'll see a news story where the lithium battery blew up in the airplane or blew up under people's feet. What the heck is happening there? What is it about lithium that's making that unstable like that?
Well, I don't know if I can really answer that.
Could be several things. Could be electrical. Could be heat.
During the manufacturing process, if it's not, if it's not kept just absolutely clean and without any contamination, that helps. But if you get a little contamination, that could lead.
You mean if there's some salt residue in there or whatever, those other products that come out of the ground?
There
you're in
could be
trouble,
problems
huh?
with the battery.
Wow.
It's unstable.
Yeah, it makes it unstable.
But you look at it, in the batteries that do explode, or it's 1 in a million.
Yeah, actually, you're right. You don't hear too much. In fact, it's probably less in the news now than it ever has been before. But every once in a while, you hear about one exploding. But batteries in your car will explode. The old lead batteries explode too if you
don't
hit it
treat
right.
them right. Yeah.
Or hit it wrong. I had a friend of mine got blew right up in his face.
Well, you know, think about if you were trying to manufacture a car these days, internal combustion engine, and you were carrying around 20 gallons of high explosive fuel.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about explosions.
Yeah, really.
Why would anybody want to do that?
Yeah. So do you ever think about getting out of retirement and getting back into the field again? Or I would imagine with your expertise that you've been contacted about going back to work, right?
I've had the opportunity to. I could go back full time, but
You don't want
I'm
to.
having too much fun up there. We have a cabin up at Lake Tahoe now.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
And I want to get up there right away. It's a lot cooler.
You
got a bunch of grandkids to take care of.
Yeah. I'm still dabbling in it, but no, I'm.
Yeah, it's nice to be what they say, kind of semi-retired. So you have a little bit of work to do, but not all day work, right?
I'm keeping busy with other things.
Yeah.
So.
In fact, some of the other things that you're involved with are happening as we speak.
Hot August Night's coming up here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
4 weeks.
Yeah. Well, that's a pretty good perk for you, but you get into all the venues for free. They stand you up on stage, and you and Jim Webster, and you talk about how you
30 years ago we used to walk around collecting garbage in the middle of the night.
That's right.
So maybe
now you have
grown quite a bit. Yeah.
Now you have people, right?
Yeah. Now we have staff.
Right.
Knows that, you know.
Yeah. And I don't see Hot August Nights going anywhere but continuing to grow.
Yeah.
If it's possible.
So. Yeah. I think one of the challenges is getting the younger generation more involved in the cars.
Yeah.
And, you know, they are, but...
you know, I look at those old cars, it's like a piece of art. You know, with the big fins and the chrome and the way they bent the sheet metal back in those days. It was pretty amazing, you know.
I think that's been one of our greatest achievements in America, have been the autos, actually.
Yeah.
You know, back in the 50s and the 60s, you could see a car 2 blocks away and you could identify it.
Now you can't.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, I just bought a Hyundai Elantra, right, with the new. It's got a new look to it. It's but Ford has that similar look. Toyota has that similar look. Sometimes I go out in the parking lot, if it's a great car, you know, I don't know which one to go to because they're all so close looking. But there's still some unique styling out there as far as cars go, right? I mean, but it's on the higher end, it seems, more than the Fords and the Elantras and different things. So, but I imagine they're using lithium in those new models, not just for the battery, but other pieces of the car also have lithium in it too, right? Because of the lightness of it or whatever. Is it just for storage?
Also expensive computer chips too that in some of the autos and aircraft.
Well, you know, there's all kinds of different. The lithium in a battery is, you know, 1 to 2% of the battery.
Yeah. Oh, really? What's the rest of it?
Oh, most of it is metals, encasing, cobalt. Cobalt could be a big thing in the future as far as finding it. There's no cobalt being produced in this country. All comes out of Africa, and that's very important for these batteries. So people out there looking for cobalt now.
Wouldn't it be something if they found cobalt in Nevada?
In the Comstock.
Platinum in Nevada, you know.
Well, we have a high content of cobalt in the ore.
You do? Mm-hmm. In the Comstock? Mm-hmm. Really?
10% titanium and 4% cobalt.
Wow. Well, they need to get rid of that town up there and start doing some mining up there.
Well, no, it's not, the town's no problem.
Town's no problem. Go underground, huh?
No, it's north of town.
Oh, it's north of town. Okay, yeah.
He goes back into town. The town's going to need to be rescued underground.
Yeah,
for the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. All right. Well, so that's great. So Hot August Nights is part of your routine, and then you're also involved in a long-standing event here in town too. Sheep Dip. What do you do for them?
Sheep Dip.
Are you the MC?
No. Well, I just participate. And, I've been executive producer a couple of times.
Oh, no kidding.
And
because that's really revolves around media quite a bit, doesn't it? I used to be in media a long time, but
it used to be pretty much sponsored by the
political.
all of the proceeds used to go to the Reynolds School of Journalism up at UNR.
Right.
But that was about 15 years ago. We split out separately. It's a nonprofit organization right now, and every year we change. Where we give it to different groups. But this is going to be our last year.
Really, the last year? Why?
2019. It's getting to the point where when I originally started in the '60s. They were looking for something different to do during January because nothing was going on in town.
Yeah, right.
And it's a roast of Reno.
Right. It's a roast of Reno.
And there's, you got to have fun at it.
Yeah.
The governor opens the show every year, either with a film or in person, and then we have skits and songs, and it's just fun to get up in front of.
So why would it go away if it's that much fun?
Because we're having trouble getting younger people involved. The audiences have too many other options. And, the show is pretty much the same every year. We have different skits, of course.
Sure.
And different humor, but it's just time that maybe it'll come back once in a while, but every year.
Every year. It's quite a chore to put that together, I would imagine so.
Yeah, there's a couple
that's sad
people.
in a way.
Yeah.
But anyway, a lot of fun, and, it brought people together, and that's what we try to do here on our show as well, is try to bring the community closer together by helping them understand what goes on here in Nevada. For example, the lithium mining, and Uroy's up on the Comstock with platinum. You can see some of that displays back there on his wall here.
Yeah, he showed me,
Yeah, so there's so many different things going on. Like you say, we're diversifying more and more, it seems like, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're getting big. And
we're getting big.
Really, the institutions have helped here a lot, though. The universities helped, the DRI, the Research Institute, the whole group of scientists in the area have been superlative compared to other areas. A lot of them have lived in Lake Tahoe. Some of them we've had.
Right.
The guy that did all the job for Dr. Lawrence, the guy in the wheelchair.
With the eye technology.
Dr. Torch.
Reno is becoming a university town in some respect. There's 21,000 students up at the university now, and I'm very much involved in the university.
Now, are they at the university, just to kind of follow this thought about lithium mining and technology and so on, are they developing courses for these college students so they can major in a particular field like lithium technology?
Well, as far as exploration geology, there's they lean some of their courses to help the new technology.
I see.
Plus in the metallurgy and mining. Those methods.
Now, are Tesla and Panasonic, are they providing funds for the college so that they can provide those kind of courses that would lead to employment at those particular companies?
I don't know how much Tesla is helping out the university. I know they are. They're on the advisory board for the College of Engineering now.
I see. Okay, good.
Because I'm involved in that. And eventually, Tesla isn't making any money at the moment.
They're leaking a lot of money for sure. Maybe they should get in just to the mining part of it and leave the building to.
Tesla was looking at one of the mining companies to buy, so they would have a guaranteed source of lithium.
You know what I heard? This is through sources. I don't know how true it is, but Musk is actually camped out on the roof of the Gigafactory in an RV, and he is so hands-on trying to work out the kinks with the production part of it. He's there every single day to make sure that thing is happening. So talk about dedication. Trying to make that thing successful and make money. I think it will eventually. I think it will too. Hey, listen, we got to close. Thank you so much.
This has been great.
It's been
very much for having
a wonderful thing, and we appreciate your expertise on it and things I never knew happening here in Nevada, right? And you're right. Thanks for letting us use your mansion here to do the show, and we want to thank the audience for being with us this week. Invite you back next week for another great episode. episode of Old Tales Nevada, past and present. In the meantime, for Dennis and for you, Roy, and myself,
have a great Nevada
we want to
day.
say have a great Nevada day. We'll see you next week.